possibility with amazing people, and notwithstanding the challenges, there is a moment that exists right now to build a brighter future. And as South Africans choose their destiny for themselves, know that you have many friends, including in the United States of America, that stand firmly by you to ensure that you are a constitutional democracy that can deliver for your people.
And what do you say to those who are skeptical about the United States? Those who may even believe that perhaps the United States is about regime change in South Africa. Yeah, those are some of the realities of the things we hear.
You know, haters gonna hate. Well, what I can tell you is that whether it be the 600 American companies that are operating in South Africa, whether it be the $10 billion the U.S. government has invested in South Africa to fight HIV and AIDS, whether it be the extraordinarily unprecedented terms of trade that South Africa has enjoyed to the U.S. market under AGOA for a generation now, those are all examples of a country that wants to partner with South Africa, that wants the best of South Africa, and that wants to see this partnership grow.
And of course, the United States herself going to an election later this year. Watch that first debate, because I get up at that time of the morning. And what was your view on that? Biden versus Trump?
Well, as a sitting U.S. ambassador, I don't comment on politics. The American people will have
I tried it. But, it's going to be an interesting one, and we will keep our eye on that development as well. But Ambassador Brigidi, always a pleasure having you here with us.
Always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
And that was the United States of America's ambassador to South Africa.
British spokesperson Marcela Lidwaba says the discovery was made by the Rangers. Lidwaba says they are on the hunt for the poachers.
It appears that after shooting the rhinos, the said suspects, who are currently unknown, moved horns and fled the scene on foot by jumping over the fence. Police were notified about the incident and opened a case of rhino poaching for further investigations.
News further afield, a second day of talks on Afghanistan's future is getting underway between UN officials, the Taliban and other groups. This is the third such UN-sponsored meeting on Afghanistan in Doha, but the first in which the Taliban has been involved since they seized power. Along with UN officials, delegations from some 24 nations, including the United States, are expected to attend. The BBC's Caroline Davis has the details.
Diplomats we spoke to after the first day of talks said that they've generally been positive with no nasty surprises. The Taliban authorities emphasised that they wanted to engage but urged other countries not to interfere with issues they considered an internal matter, including women's rights. Many countries around the table will not agree. Even getting the Taliban officials to the talks was controversial. The UN agreed that no one from civil society would be in the meeting, meaning no women from Afghanistan.
Recapping the top story, the Congress of South African Trade Unions has expressed concern with the size of the newly announced cabinet by President Cyril Ramaphosa. The Trade Union Federation, ANC's alliance partner, has however sent well wishes to the newly appointed cabinet members. I am Honda Lambana for SAFM News Headlines at 1:30.
SAFM 104 to 107 nationwide, leading the conversation. Market update, Monday to Thursday, 6 to 7 p.m.
Want to stay ahead of the financial game? Join us tonight from 6 to 7 p.m. for an insightful journey through the day's market developments, financial updates, and investment news. Tune in for your daily dose of financial intelligence as we navigate the twists and turns of the financial landscape with expert insights. Only on the SAFM Market Update.
SAFM Market Update with Jimmy Muyaha. The Full Circle with Bridget Masinga, Monday to Friday, 1 to 3 p.m.
people were calling for, where do we apply? Where do we go to apply here? Which leads me to further think that obviously this is a good sort of entry base within the context of the bank, right? And I wondered, do you think it's good ethics for companies to disclose their pay gaps, to disclose their minimum salaries, the baseline minimum salaries? Would it be to the benefit of employees, the benefit of you and I, to know what respective companies pay by way of minimum wage, the lowest earners in that particular organization? Is it a good move? Does it also make you see?
They share their goals and creating much more accountability. And then for that, when the business came, which they bring students for 3 months now, which is student consulting. So students will pick up, they will come in and work and trust me around websites, logo design, and just do their bookkeeping. And then we've got an 80-step tool where we see each and every entrepreneur, and then there's a tracking where they are on the 80-step tool. So 80 steps is like you can do those steps over the next 3 years, but that's basically you must do probably 25 steps for you to be able to. And then monthly we have network sessions that we do now. The missing part that we not do at the moment is to provide them micro grant funding and funding. That's what we kind of working towards in the longer run.
I see. By way of the businesses that would be, I guess for lack of a better word, eligible to take part in a program like this, you say aspirant as well as established small businesses. Is there any kind of criterion that they need to prove to you guys that maybe they've gotten from point A to point B and now they need the skills in the program to help them get to the next level?
Quite interesting. I mean, like 30% of the businesses are idea stage. I mean, they right, that's the sign up to me. And the second part that I also look at is ecosystem. We can't work alone. We have to work. So we have to we work with the Cape Chamber, work with people and Rotary just to bring in, to come in and able to work with us to make sure that we open opportunities. And the key is access to market.
I know that you also, just a few short days ago, the achievement of the last cohort of came out of the foundation. What has been some of the feedback that you've gotten from those that have been involved from this program throughout?
Yeah, so they went with whatever kind of construction that came through, and we were giving 2 entrepreneur grants that we used to buy the equipment that we received from the foundation. We also awarded the entrepreneur the market board, and in award that was coming from the US, part of the partner about more on the application, and just what 50% are coming from Saudi. So there's a huge pull-up demand to other provinces for us to go and open in that, and just like the last 2 years, it was just getting the model right, so it can allow us to scale so well to it. It's the key on the scaling is to work with the university around consulting and getting some partners now to fund this. Because the entrepreneur only pay 20%, 80% paid by the company. That's something that I always see that. And then the beautiful thing, which is the biggest thing around the country, is the data. No one is able to understand what's happening in entrepreneur. So we've now able to connect data in the last 2 years to understand each and every entrepreneur that we work with.
Yeah. Speaking about getting the model right, has there been some form of feedback from the cohorts that have been involved in the program in as far as perhaps these are some of the areas that you need to focus on, and these are some of the skills that you'd like more in-depth attention being paid to?
Yes, I mean, the biggest thing that I see as being interesting about the team is that frustrating me with the company that we work with. The most is about themselves. It's the issues around mental health, because of life, and it's the issues on believing themselves that they've got what it takes. Because sometimes they talk me where say that I've been part of the program, I'm putting things in place, but I'm afraid it's not something that is going to happen. What I'm trying not to do. So you've got